episode, guys. If you don't know, last week I made an update saying that I'm going to take out my hydraulic lifters in my Built RB25. They've been ticking really loud under hard boost. I've gone around corners, flogging it down straight. The lifters are starting to become very noisy, and then I have to let the car cool down for the lifters to relax, but they still tick very loudly. So our job today is I'm going to show you guys how to take out your hydraulic lifters, which means we're going to take out our camshafts. I'll show you guys how to take apart your hydraulic lifter, and then we're going to clean it. Then we're going to re-bleed them, reinstall them, and hopefully that ticking sound goes away. So let's get to it. So before we take out the cassia and the time belt cover, I'm going to show you guys something with your valve covers. Make sure to use bolts. I'll tell you why, because you can just get a drill and do this. So much easier, man. Straight in like that. Here makes life so much easier using a drill for the valve covers, because if you do this job by hand, it takes so much time to do this job. So using this saves you a lot of time. Now once you take off all the valve cover bolts off and then take the timing cover off, make sure to align your timing to top dead center. So your harmonic balancer, there's a line down there, match it with the cover on the line there. Make sure the intake cam is lined up with that guy there, that line. Same thing with your exhaust cam. Make sure it's all in timing, because when you take the camshafts out, and you want to make sure the bottom end is correctly where it's meant to be on that line, and then when you put your camshafts back in, you have to realign it, because if you don't and you start your car, your valves will hit the piston head and they'll bend your valves, and then you're going to have to start all over again, taking the head off, replacing the valves, and you do not want to be going through that. Trust me. I've seen a lot of shit on YouTube of people stuffing up, and you do not want to be in their mistakes. Just when things just couldn't get worse. It's an RB, so I shouldn't be surprised by these things, but what the actual fuck, man. Try to get the camera in here. You guys see that green shit right there, that green neon? Yeah. That's coolant. So that means my water pump gasket's probably leaking somewhere around there, which means that I'm going to have to take out all the harmonic balancer stuff, the radiator out, and re-gasket the water pump again. So this job just went even further than what I have to do. Oh, it never ends, dudes. It never freaking ends. Just like that. So as you guys just saw, we've got an oil leak coming from the camshaft seals, which I find ridiculous because they are brand new Nissan OEM seals, man. I don't know why they are leaking, but they are, man, and that's just ridiculous because they shouldn't be leaking. Luckily I've got two brand new ones that I can just reinstall, and hopefully they don't leak. So we got 7 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What we're going to do is, because we're taking out the camshaft, not installing it, we start from the outside and work our way to the center. Do it bit by bit so you don't snap the camshaft, because it will flex and crack. So we'll do that now. So we'll start slowly on this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll show you right now. Start with this guy here, slightly crack him open. Same with this one, slightly. So start off slow, as I said, and work your way up. Crack, crack. So yeah, do it all in a pattern, and don't do one side completely out, because if you just take off this side completely out, it will flex and snap, as I said. Make sure to be very cautious when doing this job, especially installing them. I have made a video of installing these. You'll find it in the Tomei PonCam install video on my channel. Once you got all the caps removed, you can just pop this guy straight off like that, and there we have it, camshaft, Tomei PonCam. Let's go set it down. So that's how you take out a camshaft. I'm not going to film the exhaust side because there's no point filming double of what I've just done already. But let's go quickly inspect the hydraulic lifters. So right here are the lifters where the camshaft sits on, and when they turn, they push these guys down and open up the valves. I shit you not, look at that. First lifter I take out. This is the first one that I take out of 24, and have a look at this. There is no compression in that whatsoever. This thing is absolutely rock solid. So if the first one is rock solid, then a lot of these are going to be exactly the same. And this is why we're going to clean them out and re-bleed them, because they cannot be solid, they need to be compressed. God damn it. Do you know what? It's kind of a blessing in disguise that this happened, because if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have known that my coolant was leaking there. And over time, if I'm out drifting, driving really hard, and I've got like low coolant, I could have done a lot of damage to my car. So it's a blessing that this guy stuffed up. I cannot believe it, dudes. All 24 of these lifters, all of them are completely solid and you cannot compress them. Not one of them is functional right now. So that's why the ticking got so bloody loud. And you know what's funny with this whole rebuild? The one thing that I didn't do with this rebuild was clean out these lifters and re-bleed them. I just chucked them back in, and of course, they are the ones that gave me the problems. I'm gonna go get some cleaning products and I'll show you guys how to clean out these lifters. All right, dudes, you're gonna grab a plastic container. This is the stuff I'm using, wax and grease remover. Grab your lifter underneath. We're gonna use these locking pliers, and you're gonna lock it like this. Hold on, just get a good lock on this dude. You're gonna lock it like that, right? And then you're gonna pull in this sucker like this. Then a bunch of oil will come out here. And there's your guy there. And see that? That's not compressing at all. This thing is meant to be compressing. See this? It's not compressing, that's why they're stuck. So you've got two ends, yeah? You're gonna grab one side and pull on it like that. There we go. And then there'll be a spring in there. So there's a spring in there, and it should be working like this, compressing, yeah? But we're gonna take this apart, chuck it in here and clean it. Make sure not to lose anything. If you guys can see that little metal ball right there, it definitely needs to be moving. That cannot be jammed. So I don't know what the cause is of these being jammed, because I can't see anything that would have caused to block these. There is no point filming all of this. So I showed you guys how to dismantle them. Now I'm going to show you guys how to clean them and reassemble them. So this is the stuff I'm going to use. I'm just going to chuck it in this plastic bucket. Chuck some shit in there. In here. Maybe I need a bit more than a litre. No, it should be enough, because I can just use that as a bath to wash the others. So I'm going to leave it like that for a little while. Shake up. Just remember where they go. Don't mix them up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Just using my metal chopsticks. Get that shit in there. Swirl it around. Give it a bit of a bath. Pour it back in there. That's pretty much it. Still on the first floor, so imagine how long it's going to take to do all that. God damn it. And what's really bizarre, watch this. I'm going to grab this guy out. Grab this guy. See that? Does not want to compress. But if I twist on this and let it come out, couldn't compress anymore. It's so weird. Because if I twist it, now it works. It's like, whoops. So here's another one, check it out, man. Can't even compress it, but once I twist it and pull on it, put it back, now it can compress. I don't know why it did that, man. So what you want to do next, chuck them on some cardboard after you bath them, chuck in the next batch. What we're doing is we're just letting them dry like that for now. Then we're going to grab the air compressor and just air dry them after that. And then I'll show you guys how to reconnect them. We're starting to lose daylight. It's going to get dark very soon, about half an hour. So I'm going to smash out all this, and then I'll show you guys how to reinstall it. So yeah, I'm going to put the camera down and focus on getting all this shit done. I just cleaned out all the lifters, and here's the result. That tub there. It is getting dark as hell. I don't have time to use the air compressor, so I'm going to let these dry overnight, come back with the air compressor if they're still wet, and then we'll re-bleed them with oil. What we're going to do is, we're going to reinstall it. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So we grab the lifter, then you grab the bottom part of the lifter right there. Then you're going to put the spring guy in there. Make sure it sits flush like this, if you guys can see that. Sitting flush like that. Then we'll grab this dude and we'll connect it. And there we go. It should be springy like that. And then you grab the cap there's two ends of the cap, so make sure it locks into this guy like this, dead straight. And then when we put it in the lifter, you have to make sure it goes in dead straight, because if it doesn't go in dead straight, then it's going to get caught on the metal contact and you're going to be spending all day pushing it in. So make sure you got it nice and even and give it a good pop. There we go, a functioning lifter. Thought I'd show you dudes one more time. Grab the bottom part, chuck the spring in there. As I said, make sure it is dead straight like that. Grab this dude, connect it in like that, push it in, see it's pressing. Grab the cap, as I said. Then we'll grab the body, put it in dead straight. Man, it is difficult to pop in, so maybe just use your palm. There we go. Another functioning lifter. So now we're gonna do hole 24. Doing this job is very time consuming, so make sure like give yourself a day or two free and spending it on cleaning your lifters out, because trust me, you guys want to go through that ticking bullshit and then having to go through all this right now. So definitely when you're rebuilding the engine, just clean out your lifters. All right, once you've done all your lifters, make sure to check every single one of them compress and there's no issue, so make sure to check all of them. And what you do is grab your lifter, shake it next to your ear. If you hear rattling noises, that cap that sits on top of the hydraulic part has fallen off, so you're gonna have to take it out again and reassemble it. So make sure to go through all the lifters, because it is a pain in the ass job, man. I'm telling you that, it's very time consuming. So now it's time to bleed them in some oil. The oil I'm using, I always use Penrite, but now I'm using 10 watt 60, and since that's the oil I'm chucking in my car, that's what I'm gonna use to bleed these lifters. So we've got the intake ones in here, and then we've got the exhaust ones in here. What we do is we pour some oil into here, and we let these bath for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back to it and we'll start bleeding it. Man, this is not cheap oil either. This is very expensive oil. It's like $90, and I've used this so many times. Now that we've got them bathing in the oil, you can see some bubbles action happening right there. Come back to it in 30 minutes, and what we'll do is we'll put a hand in there and we'll start squeezing it. So I'll show you guys how to bleed it in a moment. Make sure to keep a rag on you because it's going to get very messy. I'm doing this with one hand. So when you grab the lifter, yeah, there is a hole on the side. Press the lifter. Can you guys see that bubble coming out? There's bubbles. Keep pressing on the bottom of the lifter. Keep compressing it. Eventually the bubbles will stop, and once the bubbles have stopped, that means that the lifter has now been bled. So this process takes a little while, but a few more clicks and the bubbles should stop. And once it's done, we're ready to chuck it back in the head of the car, put the camshafts on, put everything back together, and hopefully the ticking noise is gone. So yeah, I'm going to continue. There we go. Stop bleeding. Oh wait, there's a few more bubbles. Yeah, keep doing it till you know there's no more bubbles. Back in the head right now. My finger and thumb are killing me. This job takes so long. But to know that these are compressing now, look at that. If you press on the lifters, they push down now, as before they were rock solid. So now these compress. All of them are compressing, so now it's time to chuck on the camshaft. I also chucked on the new water pump, new gasket, so hopefully it doesn't leak again. Now it's time to put everything back on. So I've just reinstalled everything. My back is killing me. It's all done. All we have to do is bleed the radiator, like the coolant. So I'm gonna go chuck some coolant in here, bleed it. Hopefully all the ticking noise is gone. I can't wait to start this thing, man. I am so exhausted. My heart is racing. After all these hours of work, I'm hoping my car starts. I'm hoping the ticking noise is gone, man. Let's go. I can hear the lifters ticking pretty bad right now. That's pretty normal. I think it'll calm down very soon. I hope. So dudes, I just got back from my test drive. Do you hear that noise? I don't either, man. The ticking noise is actually gone. Have a listen. When I went for a drive, I was like, what the hell is going on, man? I just fixed these lifters. They're louder than what they were. I gave it some full throttle, just here and there, not too much. and now they've actually re-bled themselves and quiet down. I haven't had a hard session yet to see if the noise comes back, so we're gonna have to wait and see if the noise reappears. Hopefully not, but right now the car sounds phenomenal taking off now. It's got the right amount of exhaust note in it too. Oh, what an absolute drainer of a job, man. That's what you want. I hope you dudes enjoyed this video. I'm actually really super excited about it. My car was ticking so loud, and then spending so much hours re-bleeding, like resurfacing them, and then hearing how loud they were ticking again, it really pissed me off. I went for a drive and it got louder, and I was like, oh my god. And then I got so angry, I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna hit some boost a bit. And when I did that, it quieted down. How cool is that? So I went out for a drive, maybe from like 60 to 70 kilometers. I was just playing around with the throttle up and down, and then I noticed the noise was going away, and I'm like, this is too good to be true. And I pulled over and I put my ear over the bonnet, and I'm like, holy shit, the ticking's gone. It paid off. So I'm really excited. So please leave a like for this video. I put in a lot of hard work for this video, and especially to get my car not ticking anymore. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you're a new viewer, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, share this video to your mates, because you never know, some mate of yours might have a ticking problem. This video can help them out. Thank you guys so much for the love and support, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Catch you guys later.